Well now, look at what a static jagged in. Adjust your dials and pay no mind to the scratching in your floorboards. Whatever it is, it's not listening to this broadcast. Not yet. Now settle in, because this one I caught fresh. Most signals need time to ripen, to fester, to bloom into something truly worth your ears. But this one was already screaming through the static before I even tuned in. Some offers are just too good to be true. Nice place, a pristine slice of a forgotten era, high ceilings, round molding, the kind of craftsmanship that doesn't come cheap. Except this time it did. Most people would have signed their name in a heartbeat, and why wouldn't they? The listing was immaculate, the price was criminally low. She should have asked why. They never ask why. That right there is what makes this job so wonderfully satisfying. The movers dropped the last box in the middle of the hardwood floor with a thud that echoed through the empty apartment. Dust motes swirled in the late afternoon light, slanting through the bay windows. The kind of light that made everything look like an old film strip. Place used to belong to a movie star, one of the movers said, wiping his forehead with a bandana. You know, the guy from those movies in the 90s. Big deal back then. Honestly, this place is a catch. You're lucky to land it, he added, glancing over at her. His partner elbowed him, more like a reminder to keep things moving than anything else. The man just grinned and picked up another box. The movers left with hurried goodbyes, their boots scuffling against the marble lobby tiles like they couldn't get out fast enough. Alone now, she dragged her fingers along the wall paneling, feeling the grooves where decades of paint had layered over themselves. The walls smelled faintly of perfume and something sharper underneath, like old books left in an attic. Something about the ornate silver mirror caught her attention. It surfaced dim with age, the frame etched in a delicate pattern that looked centuries old. She tried wedging her fingers behind it, but the bolts were sunk deep into the plaster. The metal oxidized green with age. The realtor's listing had called it a statement piece. She didn't sleep that night. The bed felt too large, the ceiling too high, and every creak of the building sounded like fingers dragging across floorboards. At 2 a.m., her throat was sandpaper dry, and she gave up, pretending she'd never drift off. The hallway stretched before her, a tunnel of shadows leading to the kitchen. She didn't turn on the lights. Moonlight bled through the bay windows, casting everything in a sickly silver glow, just enough to see the outline of the mirror ahead. As she walked past, she caught her reflection out the corner of her eye. She stopped. Her reflection did not stop, except she stopped moving. Her breath hitched. The reflection took another step, then another, slow, deliberate, as if testing the limits of the glass. Her skin prickled as if tiny needles were crawling across her arms and neck. The air around her thickened, heavy and almost clinging, carrying the sharp, tangy scent of damp earth and something metallic she couldn't identify. Her chest tightened, every breath shallow and quick, and a cold shiver ran down her spine, leaving goosebumps in its wake. Her stomach tightened, and her hands trembled slightly, as though the house itself were holding its breath and waiting. Every instinct screamed to run, but her legs felt rooted to the floor, her pulse hammering in her ears like a drum. She stood perfectly still, paralyzed. In the mirror, she continued walking for two more steps, fluid, confident strides that didn't match her own stiff-legged terror. Then it stopped, turned, and looked directly at the real her. The version of her in the mirror had a wide, unnatural grin, far wider than a human mouth should be, the smile stretching in a shocking way, lips peeling back to reveal rows of tiny needle-thin teeth. Its eyes were hers, but wrong, pupils dilated, blacker than a hallway behind her. Slowly, deliberately, it raised its hand and pressed them against the glass. Then the scratching began. Her breath fogged the mirror's surface, all ragged. She swallowed hard, tasting copper. Did she bite her tongue? The reflection snapped back to normal so abruptly it left her dizzy, like a film reel skipping frames. One moment, the grotesque imitation of her was pressing against the glass. The next, it mirrored her own trembling hands, her own wide-eyed terror. The sudden stillness was worse than the scratching. Her knees buckled, sending her crashing into the hallway wall. The impact jolted through her ribs, real and solid, anchoring her in a way the mirror couldn't. She didn't remember crawling back to bed. One second she was staring at her own ordinary reflection, the next she was curled fetal under the covers, every light in the apartment blazing. The shadows retreated to the corners, but they didn't disappear, just stood there, patient. Dawn crept in eventually, pale and unconvincing. By then, she had memorized the cracks in the ceiling plaster, counted every fleck of glit in the chandelier. The mirror stayed quiet, and that almost made it worse. The same day, she had a priest come and bless the apartment. When he reached the mirror, he stopped, turned pale, and told her, "This is not a mirror, it's a door that was left open." That afternoon, they took a hammer to it. Beneath the glass, behind the silver backing, they found a small lock of gray hair and a dried piece of black wax fused with the hair. Some offers are too good to be true. A fully furnished luxury apartment for less than her old studio's rent, with a statement piece mirror that apparently doubled as a hellgate. Yeah, no thanks. She had left the keys on the counter along with a note for the realtor. Plumbing issues. Also, your mirror tried to eat me. Let him deal with that. From then on, she covered her mirrors, every last one. I tell you to do the same, but where's the fun in that? And this is where signal fades. Stay tuned. Same frequency. Next dark night.